Oh, we have got a sick laptop right here, and I can tell you that for sure because this thing is from Aorus and they sponsor this video, and if it sucks, I get to have an awkward conversation with them and you don't see this video. So here we go. Oh, let's just get straight into it here. Well, we'll find out what's cool about this laptop, John. Oh, just wait a second. First of all, we can see just how much power we're dealing with in here. 230 watts. That means this thing's gonna be pretty powerful, which I already know because I looked at the specs on the side of the box and it has a 3080 in it, and also an 11th gen Intel processor. So yeah, she's fast. It looks like they also included a thermal pad, maybe like a 3mm one. It's kind of thick. I guess your SSD is upgradable because why else would they include this? That's pretty cool though. And here we go. Very simple. I find sometimes Aorus can kind of get a bit too spaceshipy with their designs. This one right here, I think they nailed it. Kind of going between like Gigabyte's Aero lineup where it's like, you know, pure class, and race car Ferrari spaceship. This is a good middle ground. For I/O, we've got full-sized HDMI DisplayPort, or mini DisplayPort, full-sized USB Type-A, Ethernet, headphone microphone, and on the other side we get, let's see here. Oh, does this not have Thunderbolt? Okay, double check that. Thunderbolt 4 here, doesn't have the little, you know, Thunderbolt on it, but we're all good there. Full-sized SD card reader. I really like this. For most people it doesn't matter, but if you ever like use a real camera, these are awesome. And 2 more Type A ports. Oh. This keyboard cover that they have feels very good. I'm guessing you could probably use it afterwards to like clean your display and stuff. I always feel weird like commenting on things like chassis rigidity in sponsored videos, but this is exceptional. Like, you can see me pushing on it. The total deflection you might see on camera is a bit much, but the overall rigidity is very high. It would appear that it's kind of like you have a plastic chassis with an aluminum top plate, but the overall feel of it is very good. How heavy is it? Let's find out. Not from the spec sheet, from like an actual scale, because sometimes spec sheets lie. 4.8 pounds, okay. Which is 2.2 kilograms for civilized people. That might not be the lightest laptop I've ever used, but for something with a 3080, that's damn impressive. Now, my one complaint here, it's not the worst thing in the world, but Gigabyte, please. Your displays, they've been so floppy for so long. I've been complaining about this since like 2017. Wow, that's a lot of RGB. That's you can definitely turn it down, but the default state is just pure unicorn vomit. Oh my god. I need to turn that down to tell you how good it is. Oh, wait, what? I didn't do anything, but it turned to white, and now it's much more chill. I do kind of like that in these laptops where you have like full RGB access to be able to just be like, all right, I'm going over to my friend's house and we're gonna have just pure seizure warning needed to turn this laptop on mode. And then you can like go to a meeting with your professor at university and not feel like an idiot. What color do you guys want?
Give me purple.
Purple? All right, purple, there we go. Now also in here, we have our device settings. You will be able to get the absolute best performance if you come in and tune all of this yourself, but they have their Microsoft AI, first ever AI crap, and it actually kind of works. Basically all that it does is it selects a device profile based off of the like game or application or whatever that you're using. Most of the time when I use these laptops, I just let that do its thing. I wonder how loud it is. Turbo mode, can I just put the fans to max? Oh wow, it's pretty good. It's not like whiny, A lot of laptops, especially ones with this much power, can be very much like, whereas this one right here is more like, whoosh. It's more of a whoosh. I like it. Gigabyte was able to pull that quietness off apparently by using 2 71 blade fans and 5 heat pipes. We'll take a look at that in a bit, but I'm actually pretty impressed by that. Now onto the specs. This is maybe the most interesting part of this laptop. So in here we have an i7-11800H, and is it good? I don't know. We'll find out pretty soon. Aside from the CPU, we got 16 gigabytes of RAM, 3200 megahertz. That's actually pretty good for a laptop. 1 terabyte SSD, Intel Wi-Fi 6. They said put the logo on the screen while I mentioned that. Editor, do that please. But at the same time, that's just basically the best Wi-Fi card that you can get. I'm glad to see it on here. And finally, we get an RTX 3080. This right here is a 130 watt version, so not the most wattage that we've seen. But at the same time, that's a lot of power. We also have the 8 gigabyte version here. Apparently there's a 16 gigabyte one. I don't know that you should spring for that. You'll probably be fine with 8. Okay. This keyboard seems quite good actually. I'm not surprised. Aorus, well, Gigabyte, but Aorus was kind of the first one to start putting really good keyboards in their gaming laptops. The Aorus 15 was kind of the first slim gaming laptop that had things like a good keyboard and a trackpad that also doesn't suck. This one right here is pretty good. I wish that it was a little bit bigger, but it is glass topped, the tracking's really good, and you're not gonna have any problems with it.
What game do you want to play?
I'm playing Valheim. I am sorry everyone that thinks it's a bad benchmark, but I like it as a game, so too bad. Yeah, editor, please don't sign into my Steam account. Okay, let's see here. Now, I kind of built a castle and it got a bit out of hand. Yeah, so I play this on a GTX 1080, and ever since I built this big old castle here, it's struggled hard. It's still under construction, as you can see, but my computer with a 1080 and a 5960X, we're looking at right around 18 FPS. Right now, I am getting 30, which might not sound too good, but in this situation, in this game, is very impressive.
I think you just want to show off your house.
Yeah, I also just want to show off my house. Now we'll hop into good old Doom Eternal. This is where we get to show off the display. So what we've got here, 240 hertz, as well as full sRGB coverage. Okay, we're in Doom here. Seems like I'm getting a bit of hitching. I wonder what's up with that. Okay, that's a little bit better. I adjusted some of the settings. Resolution, everything was wrong. We're looking now at, it's going between like 160 and 180 FPS. That's about what I would expect for a laptop like this. Oh, this is such a hard game to talk and play at the same time. What was I talking about? Oh, damn. GPU is currently at 65 degrees. That's after a little bit of gaming. That is really good. What I am intrigued about though is this processor. Now, Intel will absolutely hate that I'm doing this, but at the same time, you kind of just gotta. I want to run Cinebench and see what happens. Now, for an 8-core laptop, 4,000 is a score that I would accept. If it hits 5,000, that's like, woo, wow. 4626, all right. So that lands us a good bit above last gen. That is very promising. I'm sorry, Intel, that I did that, but good job. Oh, it has a webcam. There's a little webcam down here. You know, they have these super small bezels around the whole thing. That's nice. Webcam down here. It's not great, but like at least they have one. It is very much straight up the nose. I'm gonna have to look all the way down here. It still is kind of weird, but at the same time, you at least get a webcam. For somehow that's a plus. And with that, I really want to see how this thing is cooled, because, well, apparently it's cool. All right, let's look at what's on the go in here. First thing, 99 watt hour battery, awesome. So Aorus says that it'll get you 8 hours, but I have done no battery testing on 11th gen Intel processors, but 8 hours does check out. Also in here you get 2 SSD slots, so this right here is the one that's empty. This one already is full. I also have 2 SODIMM slots that are easily accessible. Just, there you go. Now you have your RAM, you can upgrade it, just like that. Now, as for cooling, it's kind of interesting how they did this. Normally you would expect to see kind of like more heat pipes going to smaller heat sinks, whereas here they've gone and given you much bigger like heat sinks. Apparently they're all copper. And also these nice big fans with 71 fins on each one of them. I was kind of confused because I couldn't tell if this was a vapor chamber or not, but it seems like that instead they've integrated a heat pipe kind of right in here to cool the GPU and the VRMs. Jono, we forgot something. We didn't do Crab Rave.
Oh yeah.
Okay, well, we'll put it back together right quick for you guys. Okay, I was really confused there because I thought that it was pretty good, and then it like suddenly got really bad when I turned up the volume, but it turns out that your hand position on this thing actually makes quite a big difference. So I think that they have some speakers up here, but there's also some right down in here that they're bouncing off of the table. But like, this sounds pretty good. Put your hands there, it sounds bad. Overall, I would say those speakers are quite good, although it goes a little bit louder than it probably should. At full volume, it's like a bit distorty, but once you take it down to like 70%, it still is plenty loud and sounds quite good. Now, huge thanks to Aorus for sponsoring this video. Now, I think this is, what, $23.99? Yeah, link down in below, the description there for Newegg Link. That's what, like half a 3080 if you're getting a desktop? Not too bad. So yeah, I'm really excited to properly put this thing through its paces on LTT. Oh, shut up, Crab Rave. So yeah, hit like, get subscribed, and just have a fantastical day. So long.